Welcome to another episode of On the Ledge with Dante and Ricky. I'm Dante,
And I'm Ricky.
and you just got vaxxed.
Yes, I did. I got it yesterday night at like 6, and now my
Yeah,
left arm is I can't lift it. It kind of hurts. And I don't know if you went through the same thing.
I did. For like 2 days, I was
Okay.
out. I was out. My mom got it before me. She's like, "It's gonna be 2 days," and I was like, "Okay," because I wasn't feeling anything the day of, and then it came that night, and then 2 days just hurted,
Damn. Like
just
I
pain.
felt a little bit last night. Like I could feel like my arm was going numb,
Hmm.
but I thought it was just gonna be that.
Yeah,
My parents got it and they didn't say it was that bad.
yeah.
And then my dad called this morning and he's like, "Well, did you do the windmill exercise that you told me to do?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't do it now." And he's like, "Well, use your other arm to spin it." And I'm like, "What the?"
What?
They're like, "You gotta spin your arm, right?" And he's like, "Use the other arm and throw it around." And I was like, okay, I'll try."
Did you? Because when I went, because it was at a pop up, and then when I was in the, because we were on were you on a bus too, or you were in the building?
I was in a building.
In the building. So we were in a
Yeah.
bus, it was beside a church in Ajax there, and the person was like, "Hey, how are you?" And then it's just like, "Do I have permission to give Pfizer?" And as soon as my yes finished off, the needle was already in my arm, and then she took it out because I don't mind needles. I can't look at it though, but I don't mind it. But it was just like boom, boom, and I was just like done. I was like, "Oh, that's it." And she's like, "Yep, you're good to go." And I was like, "Oh, okay, bye." And I had to
Yeah,
sit
no, I
down.
think I had the same experience, but mine was so we were like this giant a conference center, I guess, and it was like
Hmm.
15 to 20 people in a row. And
Hmm.
so they were just doing it like like a operation, next, next,
Yes.
next,
Yeah. Yep.
And the doctor came, asked me the questions, and then the nurse was after. And right before they poked the needle in me, I was like getting trauma because I remember how much I hated needles,
Mm.
and all the pain. But then when it went in, I was like, oh, it's a little sting, but like it wasn't as bad as I remembered it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty scared at first. I was like, damn, I don't think that I can't remember the last time I got a needle. So I was
No,
just
me
like,
too. It's been years. It's been years. But have you started to see the Matrix yet?
what? We're not in the Matrix now?
You see the ones
Some
and
dude
zeros?
came up to me earlier today and asked me to take one of the pills in his hands, and I said, all right.
Bald guy with glasses? Hold your
Yeah,
tongue.
man.
They were red and blue, right?
I don't know, man.
I always forget which one is where you'll see how far the rabbit hole goes. The one that he picks to go into the Matrix. I always forget if it's the red or the blue one. But
I
yeah, good moves.
don't know either,
I
but
can't remember.
yeah.
I can't remember. First one. First one's so dope. I like the second one. I know people don't like the second one, but I like the second one because of all
I
the CGI.
don't think I might have watched the first one all the way through, but the second and third one, I don't think I've actually fully sat through it. It's
Yeah.
kind of like Lord of the Rings for me. I didn't watch it at first, and then I sat through it and watched the entire thing. And I know you a few weeks ago had some opinions about Lord of the Rings, which were worse. I think worse than my opinions on Breaking Bad last week.
Look at
So
you playing chess and not checkers because I was about to attack you for Breaking Bad again, and then you attacked me for Lord of the Rings. I was literally about to say like that was my blasphemous thing, like your blasphemous thing. But yes, I haven't. I The thing about me with magic is I don't care for it. Like I swear, like if it's a magician, like when it's a magician doing like tricks and stuff, like a David Blaine type or a person like that, that's crazy. And like I do the stereotypical oh shit, and I want to run away and then come back. Like that stuff crazy. But like I've always like the wizard stuff, but I liked Wizards in Waverly Place. Like that was jokes though. But like I don't know.
yeah,
I
but
just
that was
I
more of a parody. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that was like fully focused.
Yeah, I'm gonna get killed
Uh
for comparing Lord of the Rings to Wizards of Waverly Place. But
yeah, I was gonna
like for like
say.
Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, I just never. And I'm like, I just don't have the. But I know people say it's really good, and maybe eventually I'll go to
Yeah,
watch it. It's
see, trying to defend yourself the same I was. But yeah, eventually we'll watch what we said was bad or we didn't like, not bad.
Exactly,
and maybe we'll
exactly.
come around, you know.
That's true. So then we go. We got the Breaking Bad episode, and then the Lord of the Rings one. So like eventually, when and then maybe I'll be like, "Oh, fine, guys, you were right. Lord of the Rings is the best thing ever." Or you guys
I
might be
don't think
wrong.
you'll actually enjoy it, man,
No, I
because I
think I
think
will. I
you
think I
don't.
might. I
You're
think I
not a
might.
big fantasy kind of that type of fantasy, at least.
Not that no, that type of fantasy. No,
Yeah,
like superhero stuff is my thing, but like that type of fantasy never really.
yeah. Whereas like more olden and
Yeah.
like swords and stuff like that, I don't think that's ever been appealing to you. I don't remember the
Well, except
last
for
time you.
Game of Thrones, but
Oh,
there was
but
dragons. I
that
like
ended.
dragons.
Do you like The Witcher?
I like The Witcher. I like The
Okay.
Witcher. The Witcher. I haven't played the games. I like the show. I thought I was kind of upset. Like you watched the Netflix thing, right? Like The Witcher.
Yeah, but it's been a while, so I can't remember all the details. So
I just remember that the way they told the story was confusing because they were jumping around time, but not really
yeah,
telling you. Like it took me like 4 or 5 episodes to realize that they were moving around time. Like I thought it was all in order.
I think
And
everyone was like that though.
yeah,
I didn't end up watching it until I think it finished. But
mhm.
one of my friends had told me that, oh, there it gets confusing because there's a time. But so I knew going into it that
I didn't.
the sequences were not in the right order. So I fully I like understood. I was like, oh, this didn't happen yet because this is in the past or whatnot.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed it, but like only because I knew about the time skips and all that stuff.
yeah.
But
But
I've been
they.
playing the game recently, man.
Oh,
So that game is such a long game.
well, no, I
Stop
like.
Red Dead. I couldn't do it anymore. I
You
feel like
just
with
gave
Red
up
Dead
on
it
Red
was
Dead.
just yeah. With Red Dead, there's no. I don't know if there's difficulty progression, but like everyone is all the enemies are the same. You just shoot them in the head and you keep going. There's nothing
What? Do you,
like there's no
what?
like actual level. There's no like leveling. You
What?
could kill the end person because they're just humans, and that's the point of it. It's a realism type of thing, like where you could
It
shoot
is.
someone in the head, and that could be that. Whereas when I'm playing The Witcher, I can't just go ahead and fight these monsters because they're gonna just wreck me in like seconds. I don't
Oh,
know.
I see
It's
what you. Oh, okay. So you're saying like the difficulty stuff. Like there's a progression to being able to fight certain monsters, but like
Yeah,
with Red
whereas
Dead,
Red Dead, like you
yeah.
can go into
Okay.
any mission and be like, I'm ready because I have
Yes.
all the
Right. Right.
bullets,
Right.
I have
Right.
all
I
the
see what you're saying.
guns, I'm ready. Um,
But I think it's more like Red Dead is really narrative driven. That's why I liked it. And like you just fall in love with Arthur. That's the thing. So I think if it's not where it caught you, like for me, I was gonna love that game no matter what because I loved the first one so much. So I was already hooked in. Like that. So it's different for me where I was probably gonna like even if I because it felt slow at the beginning and then as it like
yeah,
goes forward, then it gets like much better and better in the story and everything. But I understand what you're saying. I've never played the Witcher games though, but I hear that they're long and they have a bunch of DLC. But they've been remixing that game since 2015, right? Like it came
yeah,
out
they're coming
The
out
Witcher
with a
3.
next gen version, so
Yeah,
you have an opportunity to play it on the
maybe,
PS5,
maybe
whatever the Xbox is. I don't even know what the next gen Xbox is anymore.
Series X. It's
Yeah,
the better system apparently. Like on paper,
yeah,
like
from
it's more
what I've
powerful.
heard, but I can't. I think after the Xbox One, the numbering, the lettering system, whatever it is, it just
Yeah,
got way out of whack. Like Series X, Xbox One S, Xbox One. Like I
yeah.
was like, what the hell is going on?
Well, they went one 360 and then one, right? So like original
Yeah,
Xbox is the 360 and then one again. But they said because they wanted an all-in media entertainment box thing. But
yeah. I mean, whatever. Whatever the reason, it's just confusing after a while.
yeah,
Whereas PS like PlayStation just makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
yeah,
It's just
yeah,
easy, just
straightforward.
easy to understand.
Yeah.
But no, I understand where you're coming from with the Red Dead. Like the story's good. You can definitely tell the game is worthy of Game of the Year. Especially it's been what
Mhm.
2 to 3 years now. Just the
Yeah,
mechanics, it just feels so good after a while. The beginning, I know I said it was completely slow and the mechanics kind of sucked.
yeah,
But once you get into it, like riding a horse, moving around, all of that just feels really, really smooth.
yeah. A
Um,
lot of
I'm
attention to detail
noticing
too. Yeah.
yeah, after I played that and I went back to The Witcher, you can definitely tell there are some places where The Witcher could improve.
Mm.
But I think the game is also a few years older than Red Dead, so
Yeah,
obviously
3
there's a little
years.
bit of a
3 years.
there's a little bit of a time difference, obviously. So
Yeah.
yeah, but right now I'm playing The Witcher. Man, that game is eating up my time because there's just so many side quests. Like the map is more ridiculous than I've ever seen. There's just like little question marks everywhere, and you're like, holy crap!
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah. I'm currently replaying Horizon Zero Dawn, which is really good. It was
oh
a PS4, like it came out for PS4, and then I'm just replaying it now on the PS5 because the second one's supposed to. They haven't announced when, but it's supposed to still come out this year. So I was just replaying that, and that game's just it's really beautiful, but it has a lot of stuff to do too, like a lot of question marks and stuff too. So I think I'm almost done, but I also have to do the DLC again as well too. But I've been enjoying that, and then I'm having my love-hate relationship with Marvel's Avengers.
I can't believe you're probably one of like the 1,000 people that actually bought the game. You and all our other friends that you play with.
Yeah,
Honestly, that game was a huge flop. When I first saw that it was coming out, like
yeah,
I was like, "Ooh, should I pre-order?" Because I had extra money on my account.
yeah.
But I don't know. For this game, I just said, "Nah, I'm not gonna pre-order. I'll just wait till it comes out. Price isn't gonna drop or anything, anyways." It dropped for sure because
Oh,
there's
I think I think it's at half, but that's like its price now. I think like I got it like because Richard told me to pre-order it at a certain time, so I got it for less than what it actually was. So I think
yeah,
like 60 or instead of like the 80 bucks that it usually is, but it's just a quick little rant on Marvel Avengers. It's just we played the beta, so like me, Tejas, Samir, and Richard played the beta,
yeah.
had a bunch of fun. But now the game comes out, so we get the campaign and the end game content. I still feel like we're playing the beta still, and nothing's really like. There's been two more characters added since, and it's just like there's been all this promise of blah 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 blah. And I want the game to work because I love the Avengers. Like it's right up my. That's the what a multiplayer Avengers game where I can play with my
Yeah.
friends and you're messing it. Like, why are you dropping the ball? Like, I'm hoping I want it to turn around. And they're also doing this like they charge a crazy amount for skins, and then I guess to each his own because that's subjective. But I don't know.
No, man. I mean, skins are fine. I think one of the biggest issues was it wasn't it originally pay to for characters? Like you had to buy characters
No,
to play.
no, that was the promise from the beginning. So they said no additional content would
Oh,
be
but
like
I
at
swear right
cost.
before release they were saying, "Oh, you have to buy these characters to play them."
No, so
I
you
think
get yeah, you get the characters for free, and it's like the equivalent of I forget what the thing is called, like a battle pass for Fortnite or whatever,
mm,
where you get like certain things like more credits or skins and stuff. So you have to
yeah,
buy that thing. So they give you the first six characters, so Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Black Widow, and Miss Marvel. So you get to
right.
like just play through to get their whole challenge card thing. But for Hawkeye and Kate Bishop that they had, was just Hawkeye as well too, they you have to buy, and then every other character that's going to come out you have to buy with credits,
Buy the battle
like
pass.
yeah, buy the battle
Right.
pass basically for them. And so like you could earn a certain amount of credits in game through the challenge card, but there's a point right now where some people have gotten all the in-game ones and they have to actually spend money, and it's like there's no like skin pack. It's like you're buying every single one individually, and it's like ridiculous because to buy a whole pack for every character it's more than the game. So it's just like, why would I pay more than the game just to get a different type of skin for everybody? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's yeah, but yeah,
Well,
that's
I mean, when I first saw the game, I was pretty hyped too. You know, multiplayer,
yeah,
like you said, multiplayer Avengers game. What more could you ask for?
right.
When I heard about the actual gameplay and all that stuff, I was more uh, wary of it, I guess, because it didn't seem like a great thing. But yeah, if it ever turns around, like where they fix everything, I'll definitely get it. Probably on sale though,
Yeah, I,
not full price.
I'm
Fuck that.
I'm hoping so because like there was that story that came out that it lost like $100 million or something, or like $60 million. But then the company, like the publisher Square Enix, was up like money wise, like profit wise. So it's just like, and they were saying like due to Marvel's Avengers. So I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. So I assume they're still gonna keep going with it, and hopefully they don't kill the game before it gets good. But
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll
There's
see.
like a lot of potential because the
Yeah,
universe is massive. Like it's like
exactly,
the MCU. It's just there's so much potential. You just have
exactly,
to take advantage of it.
exactly.
Well,
Yeah. we'll see. Well,
Well, I mean, I guess we can segue into our main topic today. So
yes.
we're talking about our dreams and goals, I guess, as a kid, right now, how they've changed between when we were a kid and now.
Mhm.
Um, did you ever dream about being a superhero then?
All the
Seeing
time,
how much you
Ricky.
like all the time.
All the time. I wanted to be a Power Ranger. I wanted to be Superman. I still want to be Superman. Well, have his powers. And I always like as a kid wanted to be a superhero, like just saving people and stuff. But then, like we were saying as we talked, like about Invincible and stuff, like that's not realistic. Like in your the way that it's in
Yeah.
your head is not the way that it would be. And again, I think it'd be more closer to like the boys and Invincible. But I always, but like, did you ever want to be a superhero as a kid?
I don't think I've ever wanted to be a superhero. I think I wanted to have superpowers, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't, I don't know that I would have used them to save anyone. I would have used them for personal gain, I guess, probably. Um, yeah, no, I don't think I've wanted to be a superhero. It just seems like it's a lot of work, a
Well,
lot of stress, you know?
exactly. Like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. So I always like, yes, you get to save people, but then like, what? Like, because I know my brain would be like, yes, I saved this person. Like, and like, I'm happy I saved people, but like, what about every single person that I didn't save? And I don't think I could deal with that. Like,
Right.
like maybe if I did this differently, or did this first, or did this differently, and I was just like, I don't think I could live with that. That'd be insane.
Mm.
And I think like in this world too, there would have to be a way to regulate it, and then that would get dirty too. So it's just like, no, I don't know, because if the
Yeah,
government's
I think
involved,
then we're going into more like the boys
yeah,
territory where, you know, you have to find some sort of way to regulate
yeah,
superheroes, whether or not they're real or not. But, you know, yeah, I think, okay, well, I mean, aside from like
superheroes.
more unrealistic
Is that
goals
great?
and dreams, did you ever like what did you want to be when you grew up?
I actually wanted to be like when I was younger. It changed a bunch. So I went through a few different things, but when I was younger, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be like a actor or anything, and I actually tried out for this like there's this acting. I don't know if it's still a thing, and I think I'm okay if I say the name of it. I don't know if there's still a thing or whatever. It's John Robert Powers or something, some acting studio or whatever. They were holding auditions like downtown. So this was when I was younger and I was still doing taekwondo, and they were holding auditions downtown. And like, I just wanted to be an actor at that point, and and I thought that's what I was gonna do. So we tried out, I got it. I went through the audition and then started. But you you got the audition and then you had to start paying for acting classes. And
Oh,
yeah, and so I did that, and I think it was like a month or two. I think I did two courses, and basically we would like act out different scenarios and plays, and I think we did plays, but we did like monologues as well too. So like each person in the class would have their turn to do like a monologue or whatever. So I remember doing that, but then like as we did it, I remember not liking it. And I think that's what kind of pushed me away from it, because that would have been like grade 7, 8 time. And then it
what?
kind of,
Hold on.
yeah.
Wait. So when I first met you, you were gonna be acting. You were thinking about going into
Okay,
acting.
maybe not grade 7, 8. Maybe it was grade 6. I might be wrong
If
about the
grade
timing.
seven was the first year I met you,
Yeah, that is the
and
first year you met me. I can't
and
remember if
I
I was doing it. No. I was. I can't remember now. It was some. It was either the summer between grade 6 and 7, or maybe summertime 7 and 8. I can't remember now for the life of me. I feel like an old person, but I can't
oh,
remember when. But yeah, I wanted to do that because there's something we're going to talk about after. I like want to hear your thing first before we talk about that. But like yeah, I wanted to go into acting. Like and we also did like but I think it was because I I had a crush on this girl too. We did like this like us and a few like of the other kids we did taekwondo with. We did this like acting camp thing. So my little brother Darian was in it too, and that thing we did a play. So like there was a point where I really wanted to like do acting and even like comedy and stand up as well
oh,
too. But like I when I did that acting class, I kind of like maybe I don't want to do this, and then I think that's when I started thinking more like realistic, where like I want to go into business. And even then, I think that's changing now again too. But what about you as a kid? Like, did you know? What you wanted?
As a kid, I don't think I had any real goals or aspirations. Well, I think being living with my parents, I think they always wanted me to be like a doctor.
Yeah.
Um, I guess maybe an engineer. I'm not entirely sure actually. Um, but I think when I was a kid, I used to watch a lot of the cooking channel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I think that's I can't remember what it's called, but
Um, Food Network.
Food Network. That's what it is. Yeah. So
Hmm.
you used to watch that a lot. I remember watching it on my days off actually. I don't know why. I just there was this one guy who barbecued all the time. His food looked great. He was a great personality. So I think I wanted to be maybe a chef on the Food
Oh,
Network. I also so my mom cooks a lot, and I also
yeah.
like to eat some of her food. So I tried to learn at least a little
Hmm.
bit, but that never really got anywhere. So I know when I was young, I used to watch the Food Network, and then I would make some food. I would pretend I'm like in front of a camera, trying to show them my most basic recipe.
Did you pretend you were getting yelled at by Gordon Ramsay?
No, no, no. This was my show. He was
This is
not
my
yelling at
show.
me on my show. I'm showing you guys how to make my stuff. If
I'm the
anyone's
sous
yelling,
chef. Is that
I'm
what it is?
yelling.
Is that it? Sous chef? The head chef? Is this sous chef?
Uh, yeah, I think so. But
Yeah.
I'm the captain here, right? No
I'm
one's
the
yelling
captain.
at
Look at
me.
me.
You
I'm
get the hell out of my kitchen.
the wow, Chef Ricky. That'd be crazy. You
Yeah,
never
but I
know.
don't think. Yeah, I think I stopped because I think in high school at least.
Mhm.
So I don't know what happened. In elementary school, I didn't have the best grades for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And then in high school, I just started getting really good grades on everything.
Hmm.
And then my cousin told me about Schulich, the school, and the
Yeah.
high requirements. And so after they told me that, I said, well, that's my goal. Like, that's where I want to go. And then I started taking all these business courses. And then I guess I wanted to be an accountant. And today I am an accountant.
Yeah.
But it's not that I don't like being an accountant. And so I guess this is where how my dreams and goals have kind of changed. It's not that I don't like being an accountant, and I
Hmm.
really do like it. I just feel like I want to get more of a creative um position, or just not position, but just have like a creative outlet. So the podcast is one,
Yeah.
and we're trying to film some YouTube videos is another way to kind of get it out. And I also try to start my own YouTube channel. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think right now my goals kind of shifted in terms of like career wise. I want to be able to create content, I guess,
Yeah.
is where I'm trying to focus on. So that comes down to like lighting. So I've done a lot of research on like lighting, audio, microphones. Um, but I feel like I just need to get comfortable on camera, which is
Hmm.
kind of hard for me.
I
uh,
think you're doing great, Ricky.
Yeah, but so I in our first three episodes when they released, I got some feedback from my sister and my
Yeah.
girlfriend, and they told me I'm really monotone and I should speak with more enthusiasm. So I'm trying, but I just don't know if that's really me, you know?
I don't know if I could do
I don't
it,
know. I just feel like whenever I was a kid and everyone's like, "Why are you so quiet?" It's just like
man.
I don't know, man. Talking takes a lot of energy. I feel like I'm winded every time I talk. Every time I say something, it's just like now I'm just tired. I don't want to rest, man.
Well, good thing you got your old friend Dante who won't shut up.
Yeah, man. You fill up all my dead space. It's like I say something for like a minute and then you got like the next 15 and then I take another minute back.
You know that's funny too, because like I would consider myself extroverted introvert. So like I need to recharge alone, but I could do the extroverted thing. Like I could like even going back to like as a kid, I always liked talking. So I guess because like just like you're saying, wanting to have more of like the creative outlet and create content, that's where I'm kind of feeling too. Cause like to get that out, because I really love doing this. Like this, when I always look forward to shooting this with you and everything like that, right? So it's always like a good time. I like it's not something that feels this doesn't feel like a job, right? Like obviously we would want
Yeah.
that to become a career thing for us and everything, but like it doesn't feel like that. It feels easy, it feels natural, and it's just like that's what I like. So I think like I guess what I wanted as a kid never left, and it's kind of circling back, right? So it's just like because I think in high school, that's where like when we had like the accounting courses or business courses, so like with our teacher, Miss McDonald, that's where I kind of fell in love with the business stuff. And I was just like, oh, maybe I
Hmm.
want to do this. And then so like like my grades were always pretty decent in, yeah, I think I was always A and B in elementary, and then pretty much straight A's, maybe some B's in high school, and then uni. Uni,
Yeah,
it
uni
was
is a different story. Let's not.
uni
We'll talk about
was
that another day.
uni. Oh boy, but yeah, that's another day topic. But I think because what I came out with from uni though was like an arts degree. It was just like I don't know if the thing that I wanted in high school is the thing that I want to do now. And then like even for what I do, I don't it's not the thing that I'm wanting to do or stay doing forever, right? So it's just
Yeah.
like it's definitely wanting to transition into something like this because like this stuff I always like you always watch like the different YouTubers and creators and just see what they can do and the creativity and everything. So that's something I wanted to do and look forward towards. But like the other thing, like that we were mentioning too, I wanted to do stand up at one point, and I actually did it as a child, a wee lad. Because the funny thing about that too is, like in like when I did Taekwondo, our instructor Adel Mensa, he decided to like, oh, we're gonna do a talent show for the Taekwondo school. It's just like I don't know how many Taekwondo schools do talent shows, but we did, and it was just like that's why we were. It was great. It was like so we could express in different ways.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you I played the violin too? But that's a different story. But
No way.
but because I just that just popped into my head because I played the violin at one talent show. I didn't like it actually, and now I regret that I stopped playing it because like that's actually a really dope instrument to play and everything. Now that I
Yeah.
see older people doing it, but he was asking like he was asking every student, what would you do like for the talent show? And I just went stand up. And then I had to stick to it because I said I was gonna do stand up because like my dad would
Oh
always play
wow.
for us like me and my brother when we were in the car like different comedy special stuff. So we would listen to like the Chris Rock stuff and this other comedian that I haven't listened to in a while, but he was always like really funny. Brian Regan. He has this joke about like being hooked on phonics, or whatever, and it's really funny. Like when I was younger, and just a different, like a bunch of different people. So like when I was hearing that and how they make people laugh and how they can control a crowd and stuff, I liked it. So then at one of the talent shows at Taekwondo, like me and my mom wrote a set, like a comedy set. We wrote jokes, and then I performed the comedy set, and I actually did good. Like I had people laughing and stuff, and then
Wait,
but
how old were
nothing.
you? How old were you?
I must have been. I feel like it's eight, somewhere around 8 to 11.
Oh, okay.
So young. So somewhere maybe older than maybe 9 to 11. Something somewhere around those ages. Maybe even 12 is in there. This is definitely before I met you. This is all definitely
Okay.
before I met you. So and then so I did that, and then there's this other thing because on my mom's side we're Vincentian, and they had this like a they call it like a tea party that they did in the summer. So it's like where a
Right.
bunch of people came and then it'd be like a showcase of different things. And so like a bunch of like Caribbean places or people from different places would be there. So I did other sets there too, like my comedy set up there too. And nothing hurts more or no silence is silencer than a joke that you think will land and make people laugh that doesn't make anybody laugh. Like that silence is the worst silence I've ever heard in my life. And then the way you have to kind of like move past it and tell your next joke is just like you because you pause for laughter and nobody laughs, and it's just like
Yeah.
because it's just like it's not
Yeah.
like I had a few of those, but like I think that's where because a lot of people liked it. They would always talk about, hey, can you do this at this place and everything, and it's just where I guess I just stopped. I just fell out of it, and I think I know right me right now. I could never. I don't know if I would be able to do it, and I think my comedy would be a lot darker than it was as a child. But I don't know if I could do that that would be like a bucket list thing to try to do that again. Like maybe get on the stage and try to tell jokes again. But I don't know. I don't know. But that was that's my little stand-up. Did I ever tell you about that? I don't know if I ever told you about
No,
it.
you didn't. I
Yeah,
think you told me like off podcast, but only recently
only
when we were
recently.
talking about this episode, like, oh, what we wanted to talk about. Uh,
Yeah.
it- you know, you say people laugh, but when your brother was here and you said, "Do you remember when I did stand up?" He was like, "Yeah, it didn't sound like it was that great."
Hey, hold on, hold on.
He
He
didn't
was
have the same
those.
reaction.
He's not gonna laugh at my jokes though. I can make a laugh. He's not gonna laugh at me. He's not gonna be like, "Oh, Dante was fun." He's not gonna admit that. Well, yeah. Now I'm like, if I find the tape, I don't think I could watch it though. I know I can't like because I like me watching myself. I think everybody does that though. I sit there and go like this, like I cringe, and so I'm just like I think me watching myself as a younger kid try to tell jokes on stage. I don't think I could watch it. But if we find a tape, I'll post it or something. Like if we because I know they were recorded and stuff. I think maybe even like my aunt has something or something like that. But if I ever find it, I'll post it. But did you have any stints in comedy as a child, Ricky, or as a young boy?
No, man, no. I don't think I've ever thought about doing stand up. It's just not my thing.
It's fun when you're making people laugh, and it's scary when you're not. But I've never been booed, so that's what I could appreciate.
Yeah, but you're a kid, man. No one's gonna boo a kid. That's just cruel.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nah,
Like
that's just cruel.
I there's this I think Steve Harvey has this joke about like the difference of like doing like a white audience and the black audience, because the white audience would like maybe do like a pity laugh at something they'll like to like kind of ease the pain of a silence, but when black people don't find something funny, they're just like because like at that tea party thing that I did the jokes at, so it's a predominantly black crowd, so like if something didn't hit, they're not sitting there going haha, they're just like okay. Come on, like, keep it moving, keep it moving. Let's go, bro. Like, what are you doing? Keep it moving. That one wasn't as good as you thought it was. Keep it moving. Let's go. And it's true. Like that's what I realized that was true. But yeah,
was that your penultimate joke though? Was that like, all right, yo, this is the best joke I got in my whole lineup?
No.
And then
no.
Okay.
No, it was never a penultimate. It was like a maybe like a joke in the set. And I think they weren't even that like I think I did like because you know like sometimes comedians do like 5-minute sets on like a talk show or stuff like that. I think they were like 10 to 20 minutes. So it's not like I did an hour or like an hour special or anything like that. But enough jokes. Yeah, because and then I also understand how like some stand-ups because I think it's looked down upon, but I understand how some stand-ups have writers, like people who write for them. Because like writing a bunch of jokes in a row is it's not because I remember I think the last one I did I wrote myself and I'm like that one yeah that one yeah
I don't think I'll ever be into stand up. I can't present, so I used to have like the hardest time presenting in university, like where I would stutter and I would literally just shake. But I think I've gotten a little bit over that. But yeah, if I were to try to do stand up, man, I would just freeze. I think it'd be funnier just to watch me standing there and literally just not doing anything than it is for me to tell a joke at that point. I just get up on the stage, stand there for 5 minutes, look at my cards, and walk off. That's it. That's
oh yeah, no, I had like I had a paper up there with me too. Like if I ever forgot something, so I think I remember too. Like when a joke didn't land, I was just like, let me look at the paper and just remember where I was. But I was gonna say, I was never good with presentation either. Like I'd always have these when I did the stand up or if I did like a taekwondo demonstration or anything, I would always have mad butterflies. Like I'd be really nervous. But I found like I think it was more in uni when I realized it. Like if I'm doing a presentation and I just make somebody laugh, as soon as I hear a laugh, I'm like, okay, I'm calm. So if I know I could like even if it's like people laughing at me because I did something stupid or something or say something stupid or sort of joke, then I'm like, I'm okay. It's just like if I'm sitting there presenting and you could see that nobody's really, I guess I prefer people not like looking at me directly, but if everybody's just staring at you and like blankly or anything, I'm not getting anything. and that's
Yeah.
what makes me nervous or whatever. But yeah, I don't miss presentations. School presentations, I don't miss it. I do not miss it at all.
Yeah, no, I've gotten a lot better
Mm-hmm.
over the years. Like the last time I did a presentation was for the CPA. They make you do like a presentation on your company or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Uh, or not your company, but like how you would fix a company. It's kind of like DECA. For some reason, DECA was different too. I
Yeah.
could talk to them, but I guess it was better because you're only talking to like a few individuals rather than like a whole group of people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I think I did better, but um, I'm learning to speak better, learning to like slow everything down so that I don't
Mm-hmm.
get like too quick. But yeah, I remember it used to be really bad. I just stutter so much. I would shake and everything. It was just horrible. I hated presenting. I still think if I was in front of a group of people, uh I would still just fail up there. It's just horrible. Like I can't stand that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
But I think
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, that feeling is like that. I don't think it ever goes away. Like public speaking, I think is a thing that's hard for people, and I just wish I had that skill where it wasn't. Even though that I've literally done it where you're on stage in front of people, it's just like it's still it's always nerve wracking.
Yeah, but I feel like it comes with experience too, right?
Yeah,
The more you
yeah,
do it, the more natural it just feels to you.
yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we should just go up and start performing in front of people, man. Well,
Well,
you do stand up, I'll just stand up.
I'll just stand up. No, but like you know how like when hopefully when this podcast gets widely successful and is like huge and blah 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 blah, we could do like how they do podcast tours and then you like literally do the podcast in front of like a live audience. That would be like our form of public speaking. We're doing it in front of people.
Yeah, you're thinking a little bit big, a little bit far.
I know I'm thinking a little bit
It's
big.
not even that
I knocked on wood. Big picture. You got to put the big goals out there.
I, I'll see how I feel. Maybe I'll just be there as a prop,
Welcome to On the Ledge with Dante and maybe Ricky. Live show. But was there any other? Because like for me, like besides being like famous either like actor or comedian, I also went through. I think as a kid too, I cycled through a few things. I remember like this thing with my aunt. She said, like I went through a bunch of different jobs. I was like, I want to be a cop. She's like, you get shot. I want to be a fireman. She's like, you get lit on fire. I want to be a detective. You get shot. I want to be like, she gave me everything for all the ones I did. But also too, like in high school, and I don't even know how I even got to this thought process because I'd be the farthest thing from it now. When we did careers in high school, I actually talked to like a police officer, and I was like, maybe I want to be a cop. And I remember going home, the parents were just like, no, no way. It was just like, no way. And then now, obviously, never, because I again, I know it's a hard job and everything, but like, no, I don't know if
yeah. I don't think I've ever wanted to be a cop.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous, man. I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to. I don't think I could do anything that's too physical too. I feel like for me, when I want to do something, I want to not be too physical on my body. It just I can't do it because I worked at a factory for a few summers, and that was the worst, man. It was so heavy. You wake up so early. It was just painful.
Yeah, Darian was working in a factory a little bit too, and it was just like, yeah, that stuff. I know it must take a toll because it's just all the lifting and stuff. Like I can imagine.
Yeah.
But I think the part of me like want to be a cop who's like, oh hey, you did taekwondo. Maybe I'll be the cop that doesn't use their gun and just be like, it's not a movie, Dante. It's not a movie where you just go run up and beat people like they're not gonna shoot you. Hey, look at me! I don't use my gun. Hey, I'm the Batman of cops. But yeah, no, never. It was just that was like a really short-lived thing too. It was like maybe like a day, and I just stopped. Like that. No, never mind. Bad choice.
We had a careers class. Didn't we in grade 10?
We did.
I thought that's what you were talking about, but
no,
like
there was
you said you went to talk to a cop or something. But
there was a career day where a bunch of people from different. It was like not a job fair, but like they were coming and talking about their jobs, so you would talk to the different people. You don't remember that? It was grade
No, I don't think
9.
I don't remember going to any of this stuff.
What?
I don't know. I think I might have gone for like free stuff and just to take time off the class, but
No, I think
I
it
don't
wasn't
I
a. It
don't
was
think it
a.
was like wait, what?
Oh no, no, I don't think it was a. Hey, you get a time off of the class. I think it was like you had to go that day. Like it was a thing we had to do. Like it was time out for it. Or maybe it was for the career. No, I don't think it was for the career class. I remember it being
I don't
grade 9.
remember. I must have just not given a shit because I don't remember a single thing. I probably would have been like, I'll just I mean if it's during class, whatever, man. I'll just walk around, pretend, and then I'm out.
I'm out. Like it's a uni where you could actually leave. We couldn't leave. Where were we going in high school? Except
I'll
home.
just walk around until they're like, all right, everybody, let's go back to class. All right. Guess I learned so much from that.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, I tried to talk to different careers, soak up some games, see if I wanted to do anything, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
That's that's
I know,
interesting,
right?
man. I've
Right?
never.
Yeah, but like no, none of that anymore. But yeah, where I think at now, so I definitely think I guess it's not a change, it's just been it's cycled through a few different things. Where actually too, like if I'm thinking about like where you pictured it as a kid too, like I thought it would be like, hey, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna have this career, blah 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 blah. And then now Dante now doesn't want to be married, doesn't want kids, and kind of wants this different. But I think the other thing too with it, the way my goals have changed is like this ownership type thing too, right? It's just like I rather be where I'm doing something for me, and obviously us in this situation, but like
Yeah.
where you have control over it and you're not doing something for somebody else, right? And then again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, hey, if there's a way for me to do this for me, where I could put money in my pocket, money for my family, money for like my friends, bring everybody up that way, right? Why
Mm-hmm.
not? Right? Like, why not do it that way? And I think that's something because I've seen tweets about it too, and I think because of this pandemic stuff, like have you seen those like ads from different places now? So like McDonald's is like saying we'll give you $50 for an interview because everything's short staffed now. Some of it is like people are just
Really?
taking unemployment. I think this is more US, but I think it may cycle over to us too, right? So like if people were rather taking serve than actually finding a job, because it's just like, hey, I'm getting money this way, and then maybe I could even go into my own thing, or like stuff like that. Where it's just like, why not do your own thing or anything like that? But is it like an ownership thing for you too?
What do you mean? Okay, maybe I'm not fully understand. What do you mean by ownership? Like, so as if this is my, like you said, control, or do you mean like,
Control, yeah, ownership as in like I'm doing like for this, right? Like us doing a YouTube channel together, us doing a podcast, we would own this. Like this is our content. We own
yeah,
this. We could potentially, again, knocking on wood, make money off of it, right? And then it's something that is ours, right? That's something that we control. It could be like a business that expands into something, right? So us doing it for
yeah,
us making money that way. So that's the thing that I mean, like ownership and I guess control of your own thing, of your own destiny.
yeah.
Or
I think it is ownership, about a little bit about ownership. I guess
mhm.
it's for me. Like the reason I wanted to start this with you was, first of all, I get to catch up with you because it's been
Right.
years since
Yeah,
we've actually had like a long conversation, and
yeah,
just in the last few months, I feel like we're actually pretty caught up. We know a lot about each other again.
yeah.
Um, so I thought this is a great way to catch up with you. Potentially have catch up with all of our other friends.
Exactly.
Um, but it was also just a way for me to kind of learn some creative outlets or like creative skills like
Hmm.
editing, design. And I think in the end, it's kind of more of the back end where it's like, I don't, I want to, obviously, we want to make earning from this, right? We want to make
Hmm.
a living from doing this. But oh, it's kind of like if it comes, it comes. But I'd
Right.
rather.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think having, yeah, I guess in the end, having the ownership of this channel, this content, is kind of the goal. I'm not think I don't. I think I might be misunderstanding kind of like the question or.
Maybe I'm thinking like way ahead though too, like big pictures thing. I'm just thinking because like I've seen a bunch of tweets of people saying that they want to do their own, like this generation would be the ones where they are doing their own thing instead of working for back of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
for lack of better terms. What is it? Whatever that statement is or that phrase is
yeah.
they rather do their own thing than work a 9 to 5, right?
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. Like I
yeah,
I would I want to free up my time to
hmm,
do something I want to do. And yeah, I
right.
guess
So like a creative
if we're thinking
outlet. So
about it
that's
like
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
if we're thinking about it like that, yeah, in the long run, the hopes is obviously we make a living, and we don't have to do 9 to 5. We can just purely focus on content.
yeah.
Um, but that is a long way.
Well, long no,
So
no, no. Come on.
yeah,
It's not a tomorrow thing, right? Like
yeah,
obviously
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
a tomorrow thing, but I'm just thinking
But I
like
think
big, big goal,
big
right?
goals, yeah, yeah. Like overall goal, we want to, and I think because we've just started, there's a lot of things that we've already talked about that we want to make changes to,
Exactly.
make improvements to.
Yeah.
And that's just going to take time, and that's also going to take just a lot of learning on our end. But
Hmm.
for now, what I think when I'm doing this, I'm enjoying it. Like you
Yeah.
said, because we get to just talk.
Yeah.
We get to come up and share crazy stories that we've had. So right
Exactly.
now, it's more of a fun thing, but we
Yeah.
definitely want to work towards building this into something, right?
Exactly. No, because exactly what you're saying, like, because like the if we explain a little more like behind the scenes things too, because like before we started shooting, we had like these different conversations, like these sessions too, and that's how I kind of knew like this would work with us, because like we just talked, and it was just like for like an hour and a half straight, and like no problem, and we just like switched to different topics and everything as well too. So I that's the other, like exactly like we were saying. I like the catching up part of it. But now
Mhm.
for that thing that I said I was going to say to you, um, to jump off the ledge a little bit.
Oh wait, you
Would
haven't
you?
said it? I thought you did already.
Oh, do I have it, Ricky? I was saving it.
All right, let me have it.
And family members, you may want to skip this part. Would you start an OnlyFans, Ricky?
I mean, times are desperate. Yeah, why not?
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
What do you mean? You can make money without being that explicit.
Hold on. You're thinking explicit when I say it. You're thinking explicit. You don't have to be explicit on that thing. All I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's what I
is,
mean. I'm not being explicit. I mean, I would start it and just do post random stuff that doesn't have to be super explicit, you know?
yeah, no, because like originally that's what it was. It was like
I think I
where
saw an ad for it where it's like you can do not public, like limited access. Limited so yeah, limited access to content, but it wasn't supposed to be um
like for like with adult sex workers on it.
yeah, I don't think I saw an ad recently where it was literally just saying like, "Oh, find it's like a find your fan base and whatnot, right? Make
Yeah,
content only for these people."
yeah.
And so like you limit the access. If you pay for it, you can get access to it. And then all of a sudden it spiraled way out of control. But
Is it an out of
hey,
control thing though? Because here I'm about to go, Ricky. I'm about to go nuts. So, well, I'm gonna start with this. You know, like Tim
yeah,
Chantaransu. Like he has a podcast, No Chaser, with Nikki Blades and Ricky Shucks, and like him and
yeah,
Ricky Shucks have been friends for like ever or whatever. But Ricky was mentioning that where he said that years ago he got approached to like start an OnlyFans, and it was supposed to be like just more access to your fans. So your fans have more like a direct link to you, and they would just have to pay for it, right? So it was like exactly like Patreon, but like Patreon has some of that stuff too, right? Like where
yeah.
people
And I
are
think
maybe doing.
YouTube even has that because they have like the member, so you can subscribe,
Mhm.
but you can also join to be a member, and then you would get um like access to content that isn't available to people who aren't members.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it's not a new concept, but
No, it's
yeah,
not a new concept, but like, and also like, do your thing. If that's like the whole like adult sex worker stuff,
hey,
if that's is that what you're doing? That's how you get your money.
secure the bag,
Yeah,
secure
secure
that
like get your
bag.
money because I'm seeing people making $100,000 a month, and I'm just saying, how do I get in on it? Because I'm down, bro. What are you talking? Ask me the question. Ask me, Ricky.
Would you start an OnlyFans, Dante?
1,000. 1,000. If I knew people were gonna, that's why I'm saying family members skip this part. If I like maybe about 10 minutes, if I knew that people were gonna pay for it, if I knew people, fam, swipe up. All my Instagram stories, swipe up. You want to see more? Swipe up. Swipe up. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Some people are making crazy money off of feet pics, Ricky. Off of feet. If you're
Yeah.
telling me that I just take pictures of my feet, and I'm obviously the money I'm being really I'm not exaggerating, but if I just take pictures of my feet every day, and people, you're into what you're into, no kink shaming over here. You're into what you're into, and people are paying, and you're telling me I'm not gonna do it? Are you crazy? I have to like I just do like a I'm not in the shape for it right now, obviously. But when I get back in shape, I just do a shirtless pic, and then people are paying for it. They're asking to pay for it. What? Are you kidding
Hey man, I think
me?
we start an OnlyFans then. I think that's the way it goes. We, I mean, to
Hey
release
guys,
exclusive content. Yeah, just I think that's what Dante's trying to imply. Follow
that's what I'm
us on
saying.
OnlyFans.
Let's get this money, bro. What are you talking about? It's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. Like I stopped myself because I was about to say something really wild. I don't want to say it. But also, we're already here, right? We're gonna go off
Do
the ledge
it.
more. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
do it.
People are just, like the joke I always say with girls. Some girls are just DJing. They're just DJing, not actual DJing. You know what I mean? DJing.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and people are what? So you're telling me I have fun, and then people pay me to watch me have fun, and that's not a win-win-win? What?
Ah.
I know it's like it's a whole thing. If you're comfortable
All
to do
right.
that stuff,
So I don't have access to that OnlyFans account, but Dante, if you wanted to share it with everyone else, be our guest. You can promote your personal private account here if you want. Dante the DJ.
no, not me, DJ. It's I'm gonna stop. It's
Dante
like
the skier, with one pole only though.
one pole. It's more of like a stroking motion for me, you know.
Yeah, man. One stroke Dante. That's it. Well,
Hey,
it's a
whoa,
golf. It's a golfing.
hey,
Yeah,
one
hole in
stroke.
one. Yeah, hole in one. One stroke only.
These could be two, Ricky. Jesus.
I'm not giving you. It's not my account. I don't know. These are great
No,
names, by the way, man.
wow,
You have to
wow,
admit. And one stroke
wow.
Dante, you could be a golfing channel, a golfing
One stroke
account.
Dante.
Then who knows? All you
That's
do
my
is a
only
hole in ones.
copyright. Is that how it works? If I say copyright, that's how it works. One stroke Dante. That's my only fans.
Legally, I don't think so, man.
I don't think so either.
Yo, just pop open your phone. I'll create one right now. Save the
Or
account.
I could use my stripper name that I was given in high school. I go by Lavender. Do you remember Lavender?
Oh man.
Oh, people still watching her in for his treat. You know that this is.
Oh man.
Come on, we were gonna get wilder. I was gonna get more unhinged as it went on.
Man, you could name it so many things, man.
Right?
Dante's Inferno, you know.
Dante speak.
Yeah. It could literally just be
I'm
used
gonna
like,
get in
will
so much.
Dante hitch
I'm
the
gonna
peak
have
today?
a long talk after this with family members after this if they watch this part. What's wrong with this
You
guy,
gotta,
bro?
you gotta create a PowerPoint, present it to your dad, and be like, "This is why I want to do this. Here are some possible names. Here is the projection of income if I were to do this."
Profits, let me go. Just let me go. Look at it. Like, look. All I'm saying is money. But again, that's assuming. That's just my point. That's I just wanted to ask that question. That was the question that I had. I knew in my head that was the question that I wanted to ask because we were talking about ownership, right? And that's something you own. Your OnlyFans. I think they take a split.
No, they definitely take a cut. I guess
I don't think it's a
the
huge
thing
one.
is, probably is not. It's not huge in the like in the individual, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it's pretty big cut. I would assume. Uh, yeah, I think if you want to capitalize on it now, you should, because eventually laws are gonna start coming out to prohibit these things. So
You
secure the
really
bag
think
while you
so,
get the
though?
chance. Yeah, man. Think about
But
it. So with all this digital stuff that's coming out, there's there's a lot of things that you know laws, taxes have not accounted for. Did you know that Netflix and all streaming services, any digital service, has to start charging you tax starting, I think, July 1st?
what?
So yeah. So it was enacted in the tax bill, um, that all digital streaming services have to start charging you tax because I think Netflix might already, but I think some companies
Crave
don't
charges me
actually charge
tax.
you.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, some companies don't. So they have to start charging tax, regardless if the company is located outside of the country, so that the country doesn't lose like tax money. You know what I mean?
But
Uh,
I feel like all of them charge me tax. I don't think any
no,
one
I
of them
feel
is
like
on.
some of them don't. I feel like some of them might actually not. Like, say you were you know how when you order on Amazon, sometimes you don't get charged tax, and you're just like, oh,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think for every single transaction, they might actually have to start charging you now because it's just like the law. So it's because like transactions like those, you lose money, right? The government loses money. They don't get their portion of the
Right.
tax. So what I'm trying to say is this is now a new law. So as technology advances and the digital atmosphere grows and grows, they're gonna come up with new laws to regulate it. There's nothing to regulate it really right now. Like as for example, OnlyFans, it's available. There's
But I feel like they still pay tax. Like, don't like. I think everybody.
okay. Forget the tax thing, but what I'm trying to say is like they're putting in new laws, man. They're putting in new laws and regulations. So I feel like
Oh,
eventually OnlyFans is gonna be hit with something. And if they don't, I mean, you might as well start early now. If you're trying to make some big bags,
do it now.
start now, because who
Only
knows if
you
it's gonna end,
would bring
right?
up taxes with OnlyFans.
Hey,
Only you. I think
hey,
I think they I know what you mean though. That does make sense because they
there's
would
a lot
want
of
their
because
cut.
like think about
Yeah.
it with fake news. There was
Hmm.
nothing to regulate it until it got really bad, and so then they started releasing. Google and Facebook started to really regulate it to figure out what's wrong, and I think laws are also trying to like stop it, right? Because you can't have fake news and expect people to be fully informed, right? So
Yeah.
eventually, and I don't know that there's gonna be laws, but maybe there's gonna be like new restrictions. So like if you were to look up OnlyFans, it might show up as an 18 plus website, right? So like any of the porn websites, like you would
Hmm.
explicitly know that this is 18 plus and stuff like that, right? But yeah. That's I'm all I'm saying is take advantage now, man. If you're thinking about it and I mean you're already ready to go ahead and capitalize on your body, capitalize on your viewers, man.
Would you subscribe to my OnlyFans? Let me know in the comment section. But no, I'm joking. Don't.
No, let us know.
Let us know,
Would you
right?
subscribe to Dante's Only Fan?
I do a
We'll also
poll.
leave
Would
the
you?
link below. He's gonna create one, and he's gonna leave the link down below. If you are gonna subscribe, don't just tell us. Do it.
Do
All
it. Do
right.
it. Show us. It'll be.
Tell us
It'll
what content you want to see from
tell us what
Dante.
content you want
I
to see
think that's
Dante
even
do.
better. Yeah. He's flexible. He'll do anything.
Whoa!
He
Whoa!
even
Whoa!
wants.
Whoa! 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 Hey! Not anything. Depending on
Anything.
the
He
money,
says
not
anything.
anything. Not anything. And again, do what you do and you feel comfortable. If you're getting the bag off OnlyFans, if you're getting the bag,
Care,
however you get it, as long as it's
yeah,
safe,
take care of that.
as
Yeah.
long as
Oh
it's safe
yeah,
and
because I
everything,
did. I remember
nothing wrong, you know.
reading there was like some stalker issue too on OnlyFans. So yeah, just stay safe.
Well,
Stay
that's the
safe.
other. Yeah, no,
Get
no,
your bag.
definitely stay safe. Because like some like, but that's the other thing. Like getting really serious about that stuff though. And I think with just like famous people and how social media keeps people so connected in general, people feel entitled to get certain things, and especially when you're paying for stuff, that's when
Yeah.
people feel more entitled to stuff, and then that's where it gets really dangerous, right? So it's just like, yeah, definitely stay safe and don't be a creep and entitled person to somebody just because you're paying for stuff. Like you don't own the person. Like, come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah. No, do your own. Dante may start an OnlyFans. Dante may not. We never know.
Yeah.
You might have a joint one. You never know. Not joint where we're doing stuff together. We're joint separately. Like Ricky does a video, I do a video. Ricky does a video, I do a video. Not
At this
together.
point, I would rather create a TikTok instead of an OnlyFans.
No,
Like,
we're gonna.
let's.
No, I have to talk to you about that too. I'll do that off air. But like, yeah, we gotta start that too. But and I gotta get into the world of TikTok. But yeah,
Yeah, it's TikTok's fun. It's hard though, but the
yeah,
algorithm seems like it's kind of intense. But yeah, we'll figure it out.
we'll figure it
We'll
out.
let you know.
Yeah,
Everything will be all our socials will be in the description below. So if you guys want to
exactly.
follow, definitely hit the follow. Um, I guess one last thing
Yes.
before we go. So I know you said you wanted to be famous. And I guess well, generally, I would. Okay, would you agree that money comes with fame, or um, and I'm
I
talking like famous. I mean, nowadays money technically comes with the fame.
yeah
Like as long as you monetize on it, because like what that damn Daniels guy from Vine,
yeah
um, he took advantage of his fame, internet fame, and actually made some money with it.
yeah. But I think that's all what it is. Especially like some of the TikTok stars now too. On the Joe Budden podcast, there was an episode where they had like a Steve Stout, I think his name is, and he was saying that there's always been a battle between talent and fame, and more so before it was where talent was the thing that really drove, and then that would get you the money and then the
Yeah,
notoriety and everything like that. But now it's just literally being popular is the thing that could get you the notoriety and money. Because like sometimes, and again, I'm not trying to send a shot to anybody, but you see quite a few people out there where it's not really a talent thing. It's just literally them just living life and being them. But again, I guess that's a talent in itself, though, because if you could hold people's interest just being you, it's a talent in itself, like really and truly, right?
yeah.
If you're finding a way to capitalize off of that, it really is. So yeah, I think now for sure, fame, like being popular and everything, can bring money because like that's what's driving like
Hmm.
companies to advertise. They're looking for clicks. They're looking to where people are driving towards, right? So a lot of people are driving towards TikTok right now. So a lot of deals and endorsements will be there. So I think the popularity stuff, and sometimes you get a lot of good things out of it. Sometimes you get like the Paul brothers. So it's just like, you know, right? So it's just like, I don't know. It's really the and to each his own with them because I don't
Yeah,
really go Mayweather, but obviously he's gonna win. Obviously he's gonna win because if he, I don't know, he's gonna win. But I would say yes. I do think money does come with fame, and I think it's gonna stay that way, and then hopefully it's where more so, because like even now though too, I think the mystique like behind famous people, right? Before with famous people, the only time you kind of got to know more about them was when they were on a talk show or maybe did a guest spot on like a news channel or a
yeah,
radio show. And now people have these full form podcasts where they're getting their friends to come on and you're learning way more. And now social media, you could literally hear the thoughts of a famous person at any time or just see what's
yeah.
going in their life at any time. So
It's like real time um information, I guess, from them because obviously if something happens, they can just be on top of it. Any events that happen, they can share their thoughts and everything in real time. Like there's no delay, right? I feel like that also has a little bit of a negative
Yeah.
aspect, just because you don't. I guess it's like your initial thoughts. You haven't really had time to process all the information, so you might just say something that's. I guess that's what you initially thought, but you didn't get the full picture or whatnot. Let's say it is quickly, but
Yeah. Yeah. No,
yeah, I
look.
think you know what I mean, right? Like people will say sometimes the first thing in their brain is not the best thing,
Yeah.
because they haven't had time to
100%.
really think about it, right? So
Yeah, because like that's the other thing with just like the internet in general. Um People will say literally anything just to get a reaction. So like sometimes too, like even when people are fans of people, they'll say the negative thing because they know that's what the famous person will respond to. And they're just like, oh hey, I'm a big fan, I just wanted attention. Right? Or something like
yeah,
that. Because now too, because like people just say whatever, like words like hurt, right? So it's just like people say whatever, but like when you're online, you're not seeing how it hits like if you wouldn't say the same thing in person because you see how it hurts the person and affects the
yeah,
person, right? So it's just like now, like with the social media stuff, you literally say whatever and not care really, or just trying to get a like or trying to get a click or whatever too. But that's like a whole thing too with it as well.
yeah. That's like social media is good and bad. Lots of good, lots of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like yeah. So like, what do you guys think? What did you want to do when you were younger? What do you want to be when you grow up? What? When you when you grow up? So
Yeah. Wait, what? What did you want to be when you grew up? What do
I
you
thought I
want to
said
be
it
when you
wrong.
grow
I
up
heard it
now?
wrong in my head. What did you want to be when you grow up? Did it change or anything like that? So yeah, all our social media stuff, like for the like our Twitter and internet, or our Twitter and internet and Instagram.
Internet.
Yeah, our Twitter
All
and
our
internet. We
internet
have our
stuff.
own internet, guys. For our Twitter and Instagram are in the description below. So yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, share, like everything. Oh no, wait, do it like a YouTuber. Smash that like button, guys. Follow us, hit the notification bell so you know when we upload. Yeah.
Yeah, and don't forget Dante's OnlyFans
Dante's
coming up
OnlyFans.
soon.
Would you
Don't
subscribe to
forget
it?
to hit subscribe. All right.
Are you gonna go on this
Lots
journey
of
with me? I'm not gonna. I'm not.
good,
I'm not. I'm not gonna start
juicy
an OnlyFans.
content.
I'm not,
He says that. He says that. But
I'm not gonna start an OnlyFans. I'm not.
yeah,
Yeah.
for the real fans, DM us if you want the real OnlyFans. The OnlyFans.
Hit me in my DMs. But that's been another episode of On the Ledge with Dante and Ricky. I'm Dante.
And I'm Ricky. Thank you guys for watching.
Thanks, guys. Peace.
Peace.